Welcome everybody to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Here you can score merchant as always using the perks Fearmonger, Dueling Trimmers, Deadman Switch, and of course we're using Make Your Choice. We also have two green Addon ones, Loose Screw, which makes all survivors exhausted when they're inside the drone radius and exhausted when they leave it for 3 seconds, and Brown Noise Generator, which makes all survivors oblivious inside drone radius. But I'm using Fearmonger and I'm using this really good add-on, the green one. That way they become exhausted because every single survivor wants to use Made for this, a broken survivor perk at the moment. So without further ado, let's get straight to the game to figure out how great this build is. Okay, we're on Midwich Elementary School, and actually really good map for Score Merchant because, well, this map is good for every killer really, but the reason why it's really good for Score Merchant is because you can put your drone at the bottom and protect the top, or put the drone at the top and protect the bottom. Either way, the gens are protected, and with this build, we are protecting generators pretty well. Also, it isn't the Masquerade event, which I love, but I don't actually pick up a Masquerade power, I don't think, this entire game. I don't know why. But anyway, throughout this game, you'll notice that I kind of a little bit changed my playstyle a little bit. I knew this girl had Spin Burst, and then this Meg randomly came out of nowhere. She kind of scares me, but I swing and luckily I hit her. But everyone is really close to this middle gen for some reason, which is really weird considering how I spawned kind of close to it, so the fact that they spawn near it too is really weird to me. But I'm going to try my game by going over here through this little hallway to try to catch this person, but she just decided to sit on the, what's it called, pallet. But it doesn't really matter because she can't really go anywhere. She's exhausted right now. She can fall out this window. I know I'm not going to be able to catch her, but I can definitely loop around it for once and kill her. What is going to happen? She's going to expose, but it doesn't really matter that much. As long as she's exhausted, I know that she can't use made for this, and that's all that matters to me. So I'm going to hook her, and every single generator besides the middle one is blocked right now because of Dueling Trimmers, so I know exactly where to go. And then Deadman Switch is going to activate, which is going to block that gen. I'm going to put a drone here, and I'm going to continue chasing the survivor. That's why I love this strategy so much. But then I'm going to hit her if I can, and then try and go for the other gen that I know is also being worked on because Deadman Switch just blocked it now. I get stuck, so I decided to just give up and go for the person. I'm going to go back towards the generator, and then also I realized that I probably should what's it called? I probably should have droned up the other gen. Sorry if my commentary is kind of weird right now. I'm kind of sick at the moment, but I'm trying my best to commentate for y'all. But I was supposed to go towards the Deadman Switch generator, but I didn't. So at the moment, I'm playing pretty well actually. I don't really misplay that much in this game. As you'll see later on, you're like, wow, that's really sucks. So this person gets exposed. Meg is some reason why in my drone radius, knowing I'm going to murder her. So I'm going to go towards her and I'm going to kill her. I know exactly where she is because of the drone. I have the ability to basically see where she is without having to worry about much. She's going to drop on this pallet, and I'm not really worried. I'm going to basically let her drop it down, and I'm going to chase her. And if you notice in my intro, I use the exact same clip of me downing Meg, which is kind of funny. If you enjoyed my little intro I made, let me know in the comments. I just made that. It looks pretty good in my opinion. Also, Dueling Trimmer is going to block every gen besides one, so I know which one to go to. It looks pretty good in my opinion. I didn't really make it like that special. I purposely made it so that way I can say my name. But then in the background, I can add different clips. I can add different clips that were either from the same video or from a different video, and then put them in the intro. But I really like. That's why I did like that. But I don't really like it. I'm going to put a drone there, get that person off the gen, and it's blocked anyway. It doesn't really matter. The only problem is this generator is so close to that other generator that my drone is going to block both gens. So I have to make sure I put the drone in a far enough away spot where it still will get the gen. So I'll put the drone all the way in the corner, and then I'll go over here and put another drone. But then the survivor is running towards me. I think she was oblivious because she didn't know I was here. So I just put a drone up. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I put a drone, and now if you look, we have 3 downs. 3 hooks, and we're gonna have no gens done already, which is really good for us. There is no way they're gonna win at the moment. So because of this reason, we have a really good really good early game, and then Deadman Switch blocks out gen, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I tried to mind game by going down here. This is the first misplay I did, where I was trying to catch the survivor off guard, because I knew she was oblivious, because she went in my drone radius. But instead what ends up happening is, I find her, but I missed my hit. So now I have to chase her into the pallet right here. Now luckily for me, this pallet's not really that safe, but then I broke it, because I realized that she might try to loop it. The person up there gets exposed, so I'm going to go after her. even though I know this girl's injured over here. I do want to go after the one who's exposed, but it could be the Meg who's injured or the Meg who's not injured. Now, luckily, this Meg right here is already injured, so I know it's her. So I'm gonna try and mind game her. There is a winner right here, and I hit it because I was trying to hit her, but I'm bad. And I knew I couldn't hit her, but I still chose to try and hit her anyway. And this is the reason why I said I misplayed, because basically now that I decided to try and chase that one person that I didn't need to chase, literally one gen gets done immediately, and I'm like, great. Then I kick this gen, and I'm out of this drone, and I noticed that someone is on that generator. So this is another misplay. I don't know why I did this, by the way. And then I rewatched my gameplay. I realized, like, sometimes you just do things that make no sense. So instead of me going down any other possible way, I decided to go the long way to try and catch her off guard. But the problem is, when you're injured, you're most likely going to try to do the gen anyway, because you know you're injured. Now, she's oblivious, so she doesn't know where I am. But I missed my hit, and I went the long way. I didn't have to do that. So now there's another gen done. And then I down her, and another gen's done, because if I would have downed her, yes, the second gen that got done right now would have probably been done anyway. But the difference is, I would have downed her, then I would have hooked her, and then that man switch would have activated, and then I would have had to run towards that gen and pray that I can get that gen completed. Now, luckily for me, she is dead on hook, so I'm fine with that. But now you can look, because of my really bad misplay, where I decided to go after the injured girl and swing badly and miss. Like I told y'all, I always fail most of the time because of the fact that I just suck at chasing sometimes. And it's not really even score burden. Sometimes it's just me. Like, I just chase someone and I just don't even chase them right. So Kate is some reason why I said my drone ready is. I'm not really worried about that. She's oblivious and also exhausted now, which is fine by me. But I'm going to outdo the drone. Now the good thing is we have a really good 3-gen. And you know how good score merchant at 3-genning, and they also lost someone, so the chance of them actually being able to win is super low. So some of my drone radius, but I don't know what they are, so I'm trying to figure out where it is. That's the only problem of not having the purple add-on that will let you see the aura of the survivors. Yes, I know someone's in my drone, but where exactly are they? So Feng Min is, and also Meg are both in my drone radius. But for some reason, I don't know why, honestly, but Meg got exposed. I don't get why survivors do this. Like, you know you're going to be exposed in the drone, why are you inside the drone radius? I put the drone right there up just so I can make sure that she stays exhausted, and also the way she stays exposed. Even though that lasts 6 seconds, I still wanted to make sure. So I'm gonna hook her in the middle gen, which I'm gonna regret. Not the middle gen, the middle hook, or I'm gonna hook her in the hallway. Either way, it's bad because my drone will definitely go away. In case you don't know, what you should, if you hook a survivor near a score merchant drone, the drone will go away because they don't want you to expose people who are near drones, drones, and who are near hooks, which makes sense, and it's kind of fair, and I do agree. This girl drops the pallet immediately, but I want to mind game, and she's gonna vault even though this pallet is so safe. But the reason why I mind game right there is because of the fact that I knew that she was gonna break the pallet because of my claw trap. So I was really worried. I just mind game because I could. Either way, she was gonna vault it. So Kate gets exposed, so I'm going to go after her, and I leave Feng Min on the ground. And now we're in a really good position where we were already in a good position until I messed up. But now we're in an even better position because Kate's exposed. There's no way she can make this pallet. Meg is trying to go probably save her friend on the ground, but she's gonna almost get exposed and show me where she is. And then Feng Min's on the ground, so I don't have to worry about much. And it's really, really good. There's no way of doing gens because generators are just not being touched at the moment. Now, I could have waited and picked up Kate with throwing trimmers, but I chose not to. I chose to just hook her as fast as possible because I'm kind of in a part in the game where I need to basically secure these gens as fast as possible. I look and I realize that one of my generators does not have a drone next to it. A shame. So as a result, I'm going to put a drone next to it immediately because I don't even think survivors even know that this generator exists. But because I want to make sure I can get to this generator fast, I'm going to do the one thing that no other killer in the world probably does, and that's break these 2 walls, allowing me to easily get up here. I'm also going to get rid of my drone that's up here. I mean, that's down there, so I can place it up here, which I know is probably a dumb idea considering how I have to come up here. I can activate it from anywhere, but the problem is, the reason why I did it is because that way survivors at the bottom can't just deactivate it and go up top. So I put it up top on purpose to make it easier for me. So they're gonna rescue finally their teammate, but it doesn't really matter. I believe one of them is dead on hook, and the other one is not. I lied. No one's dead on hook actually. We hooked the same person somehow really fast 3 times. So because of that reason, this game is kind of long actually, as you'll see on the video length. But it's mainly because of the last, like literally we were doing really well in the beginning, and then it just went downhill. And it was honestly my fault. But don't worry, in the next videos I'll be doing even better. I have figured out my strategy, and it really just goes do the same thing I've been doing right now, but actually win the chase. It's really that simple. If I can just win the chase, it'll be a lot easier. It's kind of hard because made for this makes them move a little faster. Score Merchant already has a hard time dealing with people, so it can be a little tough. But I'm gonna try and find everyone if I can and murder them, like usual. I get a free hit like usual. I'm really good at this game, you know, the best. And because she was trying to go after her what's it called? Her invitation, I believe it was called. It was really easy down. So I put her upstairs for some reason. I could have easily put her at the bottom. The main reason why I did was because I wanted to make sure my drone wasn't gonna go away. At least my drones are in the middle. I don't really care about the drones on the side. So Meg is oblivious and also exhausted and exposed. So I'm going over here because I know she's oblivious, so I know she's not gonna be able to see where I'm coming from. And she runs straight into me, and that's why you use the oblivious add-on. That is the reason why. It's just so good. So now she's oblivious, she's instantly down, and I'm gonna easily be able to kill her. But I believe it's her second hook, so I'm kind of upset about that, honestly. But oh no, she's done on hook actually. Kate's the one that hasn't been hooked really at all. Oh, that's good, that's good. So Meg's dead. So now all I have to do is worry about this two survivors. And you're probably wondering, if only 2 survivors are dead, why is this video long? You'll figure out why. The video is extremely long because of the fact that protecting generators is kind of easy, but also kind of hard when the survivors, when the survivor doesn't want to do gens, because like when you get to the end of the game against the Score Merchant, survivors don't want to do gens because they know they can't, and it makes sense honestly. Like they really can't do gens. I have 4 drones and there's 2 survivors left. I have 4 drones and there's 3 survivors left, but there's also 3 gens. Yes, I can't protect gens from across the entire map, but I can put a drone up, and then you most likely won't want to do it because of that reason. So I'm chasing this Fangman, but she's moving extremely fast. I'm thinking she has built to last. I mean, not built to last, made for this. I don't know why I say that every time, but I decided to go away from her just because I realized that this generator doesn't have a drone on it, and I'm afraid that Kate is probably doing the gen. So I'm gonna go from that gen, but it's kind of funny because Fangman is exposed, and she's on the top floor. So because of that reason, I'm gonna try and go from the bottom floor and try and get her. I don't know why. I don't know why, honestly. I do these things. Like if I know someone on the top floor, it makes more sense to go on the top floor and get them. But I know that if I go on the top floor, there's a high chance that she'll come down. Like as you can see, she's exposed. She's oblivious and she's going down. So I'm gonna wait for her to come down. I'm also undetectable because she can't see my red stain. I believe she's going down the stairs right now, so I'm going to wait and I'm going to try and get her. But she saw me at the last second and she's like, oh. But I'm going to catch her before you walk this window. And then the game's like, no, you're not. I was so mad. That would have been a free grab or a free hit. And instead what ends up happening is I end up not doing anything because the game was like, grab air. But it doesn't really matter because she's so exposed. I know exactly what she is. And she's exhausted. She can't use made for this if she even has it. I know she's going to vault the window, so I'll wait for her to do it. And I'm going to hit her. Her life won't activate either because if she even has that because of the fact that she's exposed. I mean, she's exhausted. Now Kate is exposed, so I want to go after Kate after I hook this girl. Because it makes more sense to hook this girl because I realize she's not dead on hook. And if she's not dead on hook, Kate has a high chance of trying to save her. If Kate has a high chance to save her, then I have the ability to down Kate. And when because he's exposed, and Kate is going to have to run into my drone radius and get exposed and get re-exposed. And the reason why I know that is because this map, like I said, really good for Score Merchant. Like there's not really much places they can go, and the drones again do detect you through walls, so it's really good. She's going to rescue her teammate, but I don't really care about that because she can't use, like I said, mate for this if she has it because she's now exhausted. She does spawn a pallet here, which does make me mad. But then I kind of forgot these pallets break once you throw them on the ground, so I kind of got scared. And then I realized I don't really have to be scared. But she has borrowed time, and I was so mad. I was like, really? She either has borrowed time, or the invitation she had made her basically what's it called? Oh, the invitation that she had made her become unbreakable, which is dumb. But either way, I think this is actually a really good what's it called, masquerade of it, is the fact that these special powers are kind of cool, and I kind of wish some of them would come into a form of perk later in the future if they ever do that, which they probably will. But it's really cool that the survivors can block gens and create pallets and move faster, I believe. And the killers can make the survivors exposed, can break pallets automatically that are already down, or can I think another power we have. Oh yeah, we can endure a hit and basically have enduring automatically on our hits. It's really, really cool. But right now, I'm not even protecting gens anymore because I know the game's over. Because it's not really a point in me doing it. Like, there's no point in protecting a gen when I know they're going to just rescue. So Kate is going to kill herself on the hook because she realizes there's no way she can win. And like usual, I'm going to wait for Kate to die so I can put a drone on both exit gates. Because on this map, the exit gates do not change location. They're always in the same spot. I look, and Feynman is on my drone radius. So before I put the drone, I do it by the hatch, and the hatch can spawn literally anywhere on this map. But luckily for me, it spawns next to me, so I gotta find the hatch, and it's right here. Now sometimes when and then look, Feynman's almost exposed. I was almost exposed. But sadly for me, sometimes the hatch can spawn in a really bad spot, and I get really, really unlucky. But luckily, I got lucky this time. But the only problem with dropping the hatch or closing the hatch is survivors will sometimes be right next to the exit gate the second I decide to do that. So if the survivor is right next to the exit gate while I am closing the hatch, they will just immediately exit gate and get out of the game, which is very smart. And the reason why it makes sense though is because against a scrum merchant, it's kind of impossible to do the exit gates because she will expose you and she'll kill you, which is really, and she just knows you're doing it, so she can easily tell. But I'm going to cut this out because I realize we're just waiting for the exit gates and there's no way she's going to open them. So really, we're waiting for her to die. So I'll see y'all in 1 minute. Okay, I've been patrolling these exit gates back and forth, and there was no way she was going to do them, and she dies. And it's kind of funny, even though she's dead, my drone is still locking her on, which is kind of bad. But, oh well, she's not going to get locked on, though. She can't get exposed when the entity murders her. So, we win like usual. I'm not surprised. My scrum merchant is the best, even though I did misplay pretty badly, but it doesn't really matter because the 3-gen part is what matters the most. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video and when you know on any social media platform if they enjoyed Dead by Daylight or Scrum Merchant. And as you look, they have a sprint burst, a made for this, and another sprint burst, by the way. And then they have a what's it called? Adrenaline, which is fine, but notice how they have made for this, and they have 2 exhaustion perks. Like, this meta is annoying. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.